popping off, boy. I gotta figure out what's the right elements.
Yeah, Snack Pack Volume 17. Can't speak in youth.
People. Alright, let me Alright, so we are on the following places. What's up, everybody? We got it rolling. So, before this show started, I had to go do a lot of stuff, download things, and as you know, OBS is not one of the most user-friendly platforms, but it is good. Thank you, Gary, for coming back. I appreciate you. Everybody that stayed on with me, Michael, Brian, whoever, make sure y'all share this live. You know, I'm actually going to work on the beat behind the scenes and do a couple things. All right, y'all can see my face now. What's up, people? All right, he said already starting off with fire. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it. I wish I could get my TikTok people to stay on, but you got to be fast with them. All right, so basically what happened last time, we started the live, but the live didn't go the way I wanted, and that is because I didn't set up my settings. So I didn't put the mic in the right place, I didn't put the speakers in the right place and all that stuff like that. But now we rocking. All right, cool, good. We got sound. All right, so let me do some behind the scenes stuff and let me tell y'all what we got going on right here. All right. So, what we got is we're on TikTok, and I'm on TikTok as Civil Days Music. I'm Dayson of Civil Days Music. Not only we're on TikTok, we're on Twitch, and I'm on Twitch as Dayson Civil. It's DAYSUNCIVIL. Dayson Civil. All right. For all of y'all on TikTok, I'm on Twitch as well. Not only I'm on Twitch, but I'm also on YouTube. I'm trying to do this multi-platform thing. For those of you that can really see, let me give you this view right here, my rear-facing view. Now you can see, because not only do I have a camera right here, I have a camera back here as well. All right, so now this, you can see the whole layout right here. For those of you, y'all can see probably this part of the layout. There's a whole other part of over here. All right, so now what I was trying to say last time. Thank y'all so much for coming on. I truly appreciate that, for y'all coming on, for staying on, all that. Here's what I was trying to say before, you know, I was doing all that talking and y'all couldn't see me. Background. Hopefully you can hear me. Alright, so this is what I wanted to say. I wanted to say this. I wanted to say sometimes you have to do things that to keep yourself motivated. Okay? Because no one is going to motivate you. No one is going to motivate you to the point where back. No one is going to motivate you to the point where they're going to encourage you or say things of encouragement or try to keep you in the right place. Thank you, No Lid Creations, and thank you for joining. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming on. Chrissy, Paris, thank y'all so much for joining. But like I was saying, nobody's going to motivate you. Nobody's going to do it. You got to do that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is this. And I was giving a story about when I had an MPC 4000 beat machine And basically that one went to Fritz. After that, I had nothing, or I thought I had nothing. So for like a couple years, I didn't even make music. You know what I mean? I just lived life. Then one day I sat down and I said, wait a minute, I got the Studio One audio interface. It was called an audio box. One of the first ones. Then what I did with it is I downloaded Studio One on my computer. I never made linear productions or linear music before. Don't tell me this camera's jacking up. Alright. So I never made linear music before. You know what I mean? So what I did was I went back and I started learning how to make music in a linear format. It's crazy, you know, I can make music. I'm a drummer. You know, you play, you know, I can barely play keyboards, but I'm good enough that I can play, you know, some, you know. So here's what I did, right? When I had the 4000 before it went bad, I went out and bought this M Audio keyboard. This was $100, $101. And you want to know the crazy thing? It still works to this day. There's nothing wrong with it. It still works. You know, it still works. But I have a bunch of other things, even though this still works, but this got me to the point, because with the 4000, you could do chords and all kinds of that stuff. Like, it was, even though it was a standalone drum machine, you still could play chords and do all kinds of things in it. But what I was trying to say prior in the first live is that when the people sold it to me, they sold it to me with a defect. And I knew there was a defect because I could hear a screw like moving around. But when I bought it, I tried to use it the best I could. You know what I'm saying? So I had that 4000, stayed on that 4000, really liked it. Made a couple beats on it. You know, I wasn't happy, you know, with some stuff, because back then we didn't have sounds like we have it now. You just had to rip stuff off CDs. Even though you did had the it wasn't beat brokers. It was banging beats. You had banging beats, but that cost money. You know what I mean? You really had to fork out or shell out some money to get the banging beats joints going. So I had the 4000. Later on, I got this, and I got me some M Audio speakers. You know what I mean? So I rocked with those for a while until the 4000 went bad. When the 4000 went bad, that was it. I was done, or so I thought. So finally, one day, I sat around, I had my laptop, and I said, you know what? There's software that came with that audio interface, because I was just doing everything standalone. Then I sat down with that audio interface, and I started learning how to make linear productions. I know I'm going in a loop, but now we're moving forward right now. So I moved in I started making linear beats, and you know, SoundCloud was jumping at that time. So, or SoundClick and SoundCloud. So I took my music after making that. Oh, and there was Indaba Music. If anybody remembers, there was Indaba Music, and you know, Indaba Music had it where they would basically, you were remixing songs. So I could remix Usher, I could remix you know, a lot of different artists, and then you had a competition against those artists. So I was using this keyboard and my computer, you know, and this $100 keyboard and my computer, my laptop computer, and that was, well, and my M Audio speakers, that was $100. I got them speakers for $100. I still got them sitting over here, even though they don't work, but I still need to, I still can get them repaired. And if I get them repaired, then I'll have them back. They'll be part of Bad Boy. We were blasting them bad boys. But I just want to encourage you that you may not have everything that you want. You may not be in a position where you want to be. And I'm getting ready to share this. But in that, still, even though you don't have everything you want, still you have the opportunity to do something great. Just to motivate you a little bit. And I know everybody hears this and they be like, well, does that apply to me? I want to say, yes, it does. Quincy Jones did not work with Michael Jackson until he was around 50. So all them years making great music, making Sanford and Son, working with jazz greats, becoming an arranger and a composer and things of that nature. It wasn't until he sat down with Mike. You see, I've gotten rid of a few things. What's up, Hit Creative Music? Thank you. Thank you for popping in. So he took his skill set and made one of the best albums of all time. I think he worked with Michael on 2 albums. They had their little, stuff. If you go back and, but he used what he had. What's up? Good evening, Salters B. But he used what he had. You know what I mean? So I want to motivate you to keep going, to keep trying, because even though my man Gary, he said that the beat that I made for the Smack Pack Challenge, man, it's boom bap, even though C-Red's a boom bap, it wasn't clicking for me. And sometimes when you go on social media, you don't see, oh man, I didn't get the 15,000 views or the 1,500 views, or I only got 6 views or 83 views. You be like, but don't let that stuff get you down. You gotta keep going. So here's the analogy that I was trying to give everybody, that I was saying on the first video when I had no audio. I said I teach cybersecurity, and one thing we talk about is current and resistance of the resistance of the current to go through a circuit. So when you wire, you have to push, or we call it throughput. You have to push or force the electricity to go through the wire. There's always resistance, kind of like water going through a water hose. There's the air pushing back at the water. There's always resistance. So we talk about ohms. So ohms is what we measure resistance. That you have the voltage, and then you when you have voltage, which is the actual shock, and then you have the throughput of the current, what's pushing back at it, kind of like water going down the stream. There's always resistance. There's always going to be a great force of resistance, but you have to push forth. You know what I mean? Let me also say it like this, changing the analogy just a little bit. I was helping my daughter one time, and she was studying physics. And in physics, you're talking about, energy at rest and energy at motion, potential or kinetic energy. You know what I mean? So before you can get anything moving, you have to apply a intense amount of force. So when you apply an intense amount of force, you really have to apply force to whatever it is you're doing. And you really got to be powerful about what you're trying to do. You see what I'm saying? So that means before you can level off and coast and move in the direction you wanted to, you have to apply so much force before you can actually smooth off. So I want you to keep going. I want you to, man, if you're a music maker, if you're a producer, go ahead and start making that music, but start making it and just push and encourage yourself to keep going. Don't listen to what everybody's going to say. Because to be honest, when I started doing the videos on TikTok, I would have like 100 people that like it. Then I would have 6 people that would come in and say, hurry up, mother sucker. Hurry up and get to the music. And I'm like, seriously? This is my post. And if you don't like what I'm doing, scroll to another post. Because I'm just trying to give people information. I just want to educate. You know what I mean? If you're entertained, good. So I got into the mentality of, I don't care how many people don't like it. Go ahead, post. Because there's good and bad comments. And even if you get those bad comments, they still drive your engagement. So go ahead, let them post comments. Don't even worry about taking them off or anything like that. You worry about the 100 good quotes and don't worry about the negative. Pay attention to the negative, but don't worry about it, because there will always be resistance. Sometimes family members are resistance. Sometimes the biggest resistance is in us. We're the biggest resistance. We're the ones that always talk about ourselves, talk about what's not good, what we can't do, how we can't move forward, and things of that nature. And then not realizing people are looking at us like, oh man, he got all that equipment. Oh man, he makes some great beats. Oh man, he's really doing something, or he or she. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's not just a male dominated thing. And I'm older, so that's why I'm using he or she. Um, so what I'm trying to say is, you got to keep pressing. You got to keep moving. Don't let nothing stop you. This $100 keyboard. I made some beats. I joined. At the time, I had joined Machine Masters. We started doing beat battles. After doing beat battles, I won a couple, like 2 beat battles. And made some cool friends, met some cool people. Prior to that, I was cool. Shout out to Jazzmatic. Shout out to Very Sick Beats. Shout out to Hit Creative Music. Shout out to it's a bunch of people. Nate. It's a bunch of people that we would make. Reggie Reg. It's a lot of people that we would just make it beat and interacting and stuff like that. But we got life. What's the other guy? JK47. It's a lot of people that just went off. They start doing their own thing. You're right. Ohms. The resistance is always gonna be there. You know what I mean? But you gotta apply that force. After you apply that force and push forward, then you start getting your momentum. That's what you need, momentum. So, and one thing I gotta say is, once you get moving, don't slack off. Do not slack off. Keep working. I watched how changes come, and then we'll slack off a little bit, and then what happens is we'll lose our momentum and lose our place. But you can always get back. You can always do it again. It's like I used to hold on to beats. People were like, yo, I want your beats, I want your beats, I want your beats, and I would hold on to it because I was like, man, I really don't want to do this. I really don't. What if he not good on the track? I'm like, man, you know how much money you could have been making? So that's why now I'm finally gonna do the BeatStars. Yup, the M audio keyboard. I'm finally gonna do the BeatStars. I'm gonna start making beats. I think I'm gonna document my process. I know I was watching my guy, I forgot his name real quick. And we were talking about doing. He was talking about doing it, but life gets busy. So I kind of stopped watching it. But what I want to say is, I'm going to do my BeatStars, put my beats out there. My boy Khalif Wins in DC. They always say, man, it's like, go ahead and put your stuff out there. You never know who's going to like it. My man Will. Well, shout out to my man Will. He's an engineer. He's a music producer. He's a man of many things. You know what I mean? Probably be handing most of my engineering to him, because I can do some engineering, but hey. While I got y'all on, I want to let y'all know that I'm also on Spotify. If you look for Civil Days Music, or if you look for Day Sun Civil, you'll see me there on Spotify as well. Let's see. I also got, if you look at the link in the description, I got, a lot of stuff going on, especially, affiliate marketing. vidIQ has been very helpful in my rise. But what I also want to say, what I've learned is that what really helped my channel start to grow was story. I started telling people stories. If you really pay attention to it and you look at the beat series, I'm just basically telling a story. I'm wrapping it in education, but I'm just telling people a story. You know what I mean? And I watched the videos that have story that pull people in. Now, I'm not where I want to be. I watch Jay Rent, and JRENT. I like Jay Rent, and I love the way he engages you and pulls you into his story. I like Kavi, too, the way Kavi tells a story, and he pulls you into the story, even though he's educating at the same time. So it's a mixture. It's a hodgepodge. Some of us think we're just we can do one thing, but it's good to be a jack of all trades. So this is probably the oldest thing that I have in this studio. Just think, I went from nothing to now I got a Push 2. This is not bragging, but I got a Push 2. I have my Novation Impulse, even though I really want an Arturia, the Arturia MIDI keyboard. I want that bad. Arturia, if you're listening. I got a number of different things in here, but I will tell you this: when you go from nothing to having a lot, it messes you up. It messes your creativity up, because you're trying to figure out, what can I use to do this. But here's another one, current. You got to keep going through the current. You got to keep pushing through the current. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. No Lid Creations. You have a great weekend as well. You got to keep pushing through. So that would be my motivational moment for everybody. Don't despise your humble beginnings. Don't get down. Trust and believe that you can do it as well. All right. So here's what my plan is. It's 6:40. Here's my plan. I'm going to work on a beat, and I'm going to do it live. It's going to be some boring parts. If you're with me, you'll stay on with me. If you got things to do, I understand. Believe you me, I'm going to chop it and cut it up. And you know what? I think another thing I need to start doing is, communicate on some of the software that I use as well. As far as editing is concerned, I use DaVinci Resolve. Even though I have like the Adobe Creative Suite, I kind of moved from that because the fee was just, you get tired of it. Then from that, I moved to, even though I'm using that, I also use CapCut as well. So CapCut and DaVinci Resolve. I love DaVinci Resolve. Great editing software is good once you get to learn it, and then it's free. One day I'll get the paid version, and then another good software that goes in tandem with DaVinci Resolve is Motion VFX. Motion VFX. So, and you can download, like templates that help you to edit your videos and things of that nature. Go out, watch these YouTubers, man. What's my man? Gall. Like when I do some of my vertical videos, some of those cutouts and formats and templates and overlays, I got it from there. And now that you see my stream, watch this. All right, so these overlays, stream elements. So people are like, oh man, everything's improving, it's increasing. Man, I'm just watching everybody, and then I take that time because you can get stuck in social media and just watch and watch and watch and watch and watch. So what I decided to do is, kind of turn it off a bit and focus on me. So it's gonna be some errors, but we're gonna move on and try to be dope at it. So let me send this message right here. We are live. I'm just going to leave it just like that. We are live. Let me hit up my Reddit community. My people on Reddit. Yep. So I'm on Facebook. I'm on Reddit. I just typically send it to myself. And when I do that, I'm going to do a post. Let it go to Twitter. Let me see. I'll sit for my MPC people. And, jump in different Reddits, too. Get in different communities. Talk to people. You know what I mean? Share with people. Akai MPC. All right. We're going to post that. Work on wording of your contracts. Yes, please learn about the business of music. I know there's been a lot in the news lately, at least music news, about BMI and BMI being bought for $1 billion, $1 billion. So a lot of people are saying they're going to go sign up for ASCAP. But there's more than that. That's performance royalties. You also need people that you probably got music on YouTube, and I'm going to do it soon. There's Song Trust and Sound Exchange. I'm going to join one of them so they can find if my music's being used on YouTube. And that's why, when, what's my man? He did the Dad Beats podcast, Sight. I am Sight. And he had the gentleman on who made $40,000 because his music was being played on YouTube and TikTok. And he just set that up for his family. So I think that's cool to get to know this business right here. All right. So the next thing there's a couple things I want, but the next thing I really want is the switcher. So I can just hit the switcher and move the screens and do different things. I know TikTok, I've been kind of facing the YouTube and Twitch audience But I want to thank y'all for coming on as well too. I appreciate it. Let me get another beat in the background while I'm talking, and then we'll kind of go on the process of making this beat. All right. Okay. So with that going on, that's our motivational moment. All right. Okay. Oh, and let me also say, don't have so much gas that you get so much gear that you're screwing yourself. All right. Sometimes what you need is what you got. All right. So let me go. Yeah. I'm just rereading comments. That working on projects working on the wording of contract splits and sync licensing. I would really love to get into sync licensing. A lot of people said my music. Yeah, almost at 3,000. I'm trying to get monetized though, because I've noticed that when it comes to, but that also deals with making better videos, keeping people engaged, being consistent. So I understand that, but you can get a lot of subscribers, but sometimes you don't have the viewership. So right now it's just a quest to work on viewership, make the videos better, give the people what they want instead of what we think they should have. Sometimes it's just not the easiest thing. All right, so let me go in here. I'm gonna kind of switch my screens up. I'm gonna open up some software. I'm gonna open up we're gonna go here to the full display. We're gonna open up Ableton. Likes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You ain't got to stay on, but all right. So let me go ahead and show everybody what's going on. So if you go to, I'm gonna flip this over here. So if you're on Spotify, this is me. This is Day Sun Civil. This is Day Sun Civil. They may stop the video now. I don't know, but I just want y'all to see. That's Day Sun Civil. That's this song here, The Traveler. So yes, I am on Spotify. Check me out on Spotify. She said, "Stay at it. You started for oneself." Okay, now you're at 3,000. Thank you so much, Salters. I said, thank you. Sorry about that. Let's see what we got going on here. My people, thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate y'all. Truly appreciate y'all. All right. So yes, I am there. I got 2 songs on there right now, and I will be putting up more at some point. So let me take my MPC. I played this before. Now, if you were a kid in the 80s, you know what this is. I was thinking like Ghostface. So this is what we're going to be working on here. Now, I played this last Saturday. So we're going to be working on this right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on that in Ableton, okay? So that's what I'm doing in the background now. I'm pulling up an instance of Ableton. Yes. Okay. And you know what I have not done? I need to reach up here and turn the push 2 on. So we're going to work in that, and we'll work here for the next couple minutes. Okay. All right. Thank y'all people for supporting me. Thank you so much. All right. All right. So this is what it sounds like in Ableton. I gotta wait because I need to. There we go. We got our audio device. Let's see. Azio for all. We want the focus right. USB. There we go. Make sure my audio interface is correct. Not just my audio interface. Make sure my sound is going to the right device. All right. So that means I need to go back here. Handling Bason's music. Guest audio, front facing cam. All right, here we go. Let's see if it's going to play anything. I'll stop it. Go back here. All right. I know what's going on. All right, we got to get out of here. Go to main. Let me switch the screen. I'll switch here. I'll go here. All right, just for a second, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go to menu, MPC, put my MPC in controller mode. And while I'm putting it in controller mode, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work on the track. All right. So now we're going to go here. I'll pull this over here. Go to full display. Let's look for these missing media files, which I really need to move over. Beats. Ableton. Just give me a second. Go. I got it searching for the sounds. Thank you for coming on, Robert. I truly appreciate that. Thank you for everybody that's on here right now. Just, I didn't move the sounds over. So since I didn't move the sounds over, this is kind of what I'm faced with dealing with at the moment. Give me 1 second. I want to add my camera to this source. Front facing cam. I'm going to copy full display. Paste. All right. So, okay. Save. I'm going to save it right here. Yep. All right. All right. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I don't think you can. Let me see here. Filter, not filter. Changing things in the background. Give me a second. Properties. Oh, yeah. There we go. Focus, right? Okay. I can hear it, but I don't know if you can hear it. I do need a team. I do need a team. It's just me. Hold on, everybody. I'm about to change the battery on my other camera. That's the thing. With a team, you can do so much. All right. Yeah, I think I lost one of my cameras. Woo. All right. Give me a second while I figure out what in the world is going on with the. Because the TikTok people can hear me, but the testing 1, 2. But y'all can't hear the music in the background, so. One, two. Which one? Talking about this one right here? Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Do that, bro. Do that. Working on trying to get the audio right. And that beat's coming straight out of the SP. See, this is what I mean. Why sometimes it can be a bust. You know what I mean? You're trying to get this thing to work out, and it's really acting up bad. All right, because all the desktop audio should be coming out. Because we got, and what you can't see behind the scenes is that I'm actually in OBS filters, properties. That one, so we lost that coming from there. Not worried about that. So that live died. So try to get back on here. Get this to work. All right. Testing 1, 2. So you can hear it. No, you cannot hear it. So you have no sound when it comes to that. You have to apply a... Okay. We're having technical difficulties. Yes. Yep. That's Ableton. For some reason, I don't understand why the sound is not going through OBS. Testing 1, 2. Can't make out of it, so the screen's blurry. Well, we are having a storm in this area, so it might be affecting how the the display is actually working. Nope, I ain't doing it either. There we go. So that's the problem. The mic and my standalone stuff was competing. For the audio interface. Alright, so this is the beat that I'm trying to work on. I'm gonna go home on this. Bring this back here. Come back like this. Alright. Bring all this down. And sometimes, let me go ahead and check and see if it warped. It did. That's not what I want to happen. And that just means I need to go in settings, and if I go in settings, I'll change the warp. But I actually, on the MPC, I saved the beat that's inside the MPC. I saved it or exported it to be I exported it to be an Ableton file, and when I exported it to be an Ableton file, all I had to do was just go here and have my MPC folder right here. And when I have my MPC folder, after I turned it into standalone mode. What's up, RTO? Yo, RTO, that beat battle you were in, or that, you know, that was dope. I really like that, man. Showing your skills, your gift. Yeah. So let me take these warp markers off. Actually, I'm doing it the long way. I could easily just highlight the entire thing. Come here and highlight all this. And just take warp off the entire group. And then now nothing has warp on. All right. So I'm going to loop this, and then I'm going to start chopping in it too. Loop the selection. We're going to kill that. Get rid of this so we have more real estate. I'm going to pull this down right here. So I'm pretty much going to save these stems, and then after I save the stems, I'm going to move them into the acapella that I have for the other one. And this was the other one that I basically had here. Let's go back to the beginning. So this was the first one. So, you know, I kind of, you know, I wanted to let me move this over here for everybody. All right. And bring that down. So this was basically, you know, I used DaVinci Resolve. No, actually I did this one in CapCut. So I edited this video in CapCut. And
yeah. Snack Pack Volume 17. Can't speak in euphemisms, ain't in the mood for prisms. My speech is fluid like oxygen with H2 collisions. I'm more practicing prophecy than they superstitions. They gon' say they ain't watching me, why they moving different. I'm real big on forgiveness, cause I don't use permission. They strap for cash and with shower lace kicks like shoes in prison. Holy Spirit, make sure that my jeans ain't true religion. Be too quick with responses and you can't truly listen. My flow is butter, is super lit, but I'm stupid lifted. Do ballistics like shells and pewter bricks when a shooter misses. Lessons got gravity like I tutor physics. Newton theory, energy, power, make the acoustics different. Ski sent the smack pack, we looped and flipped it. Knew I'd be the one to add a 16 and lose it. Guarding my tulips, cause they bouquets artificial and tube it. I compute it, it's essential to think abstract as Q-tip. Yeah, I can Snack Pack Volume 17. I compute it. Yeah.
All right. So that was that. Hopefully you could hear that. I still have to work on the. Let me do something real quick. All right, so that's coming through Dayson's music, Dayson's mic now. So let me, but that should have been coming through the DAW. Give me 1 second. Properties, okay. All right, so let's go through here and take a look at these tracks. And I'm going to do a lot of cutting. All right, so basically, and this is, something I like to do. Really is not just hit Control E. If you do Control E, you can get rid of some of this stuff. So now I can just delete. So just delete through the tracks from here. Control E. Here, Control E.